Hello, babes. A while ago, me and a friend were on a call, and somewhere along the line, our conversation switched to the topic of backrooms. At the time, I didn't know what they were, so she gave me a quick lore dump, followed with images. I said I found them to be quite peaceful. She said I was crazy. Many months later, when I find myself in a chaotic and overwhelming environment, I sometimes wish I could just disappear in this solitary confinement, which, based on her reaction many moons ago, I can understand that sounds mental. But with the constant surrounding of chaos and noise, I kind of crave the quiet. Being in a place where time feels in existence and the only thing you can do is sit with your thoughts without distractions. So here I am now, making a video about it. Please subscribe. Okay, let's start with something simple. What are backrooms? They're essentially a type of liminal space, which is a transitional area between two spaces, essentially a world between worlds. And it doesn't have to be a physical place as well. These spaces can conjure an eerie, dreamlike uncertainty that can also trigger emotions of melancholy and nostalgia. To give a quick summary on the origin behind backrooms themselves, as I'm sure you're already aware, the backrooms concept started in 2019 within the 4chan thread. Starting the thread is this image and the following caption: post disquieting images that just feel off. Many people follow the request stated in the original caption, but one particular user comments a description that defines the photo and especially creates internet history within this rabbit hole at least. This comment stating, "If you're not careful and you're no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet and the madness of mono yellow, an endless background noise of fluorescent lights and maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million squared miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you." I don't necessarily agree with this descriptive response, however, I believe, with plenty of evidence, that it was, of course, the combination of this comment and the original image itself that created its community of liminal spaces that have been inspiring horror games and even short films here on YouTube. Now, when I see these backroom images, I myself don't think horror, or even it being a place that manifests evil. If anything, the sense of seclusion feels more like a shelter or shield protecting you from the world. Okay, so why do I like them? I don't exactly have a confident answer to that, but in doing as little research as I did for this video, I tried to find a way to summarize it. Let's start with analyzing the photo itself. The first detail you notice is the crooked orientation of the photo. Our brains are naturally attracted to symmetry, so seeing something unsymmetrical without being able to fix it can feel unnatural, maybe even irritable. And normally I would agree with this. I do like it when some things are in a fixed state, but passively within the last couple of years, I've been purposely making the slightest things imperfect. If I find something too perfect in my eyes, for example when I do a drawing, I will intentionally paint outside the lines, both physically and metaphorically. I find that I tend to like the process more. The end product feels like it has more personality, it feels more forgiving and just more humane. The next detail is the yellow hues of the lighting. I actually prefer warm tones when it comes to lighting. It just feels more cozy and inviting. I feel if it had a brighter white light, its overwhelming hue could feel blinding and would most likely trigger a headache, which is never a comfortable feeling. The last detail I want to make point of is the different wallpapers, or at least the 7 different textures we can see in the photo. Seeing the different designs on the walls, if anything, makes me feel more assured. It feels like whoever lived in this vacant space decided that it was just too much to just decide. This makes me feel less alone with my own indecisive habits. And it's not like we can't make a decision, but when we don't know what we want, it's usually because we can see the beauty in all the different options. So why just choose one? Like I said, this isn't something I'm 100% certain on, but it's a comforting instinct I can confidently trust. Maybe I just want a space to let out any pent-up emotions without having judgment or being mislabeled from the surrounding world. Maybe it's just a longing for isolation without repercussions. Or is it just the ability to say that I've experienced something of this energy on an extreme level? It's a genuine curiosity that occasionally lingers in the back of my mind. So if anyone wants to test this theory and collab for a Backrooms IRL video, let me know. Lastly, I'm going to put this into some perspective and make a comparison that I think we can all relate to that also makes me seem a little less mental. All of this, to me, gives the same feeling as if you were opening up a Minecraft world for the first time, alone. A large unexplored map making you feel small along with the isolation that comes from the vast emptiness, or the uneasy feeling you used to get when Herobrine made its debut, causing you to feel paranoid for something that wasn't even there. And yet, no matter how we feel about these liminal spaces, we still find them fascinating and let our imagination get the better of us. Whether it's thinking that a pig walking behind us is Herobrine, to letting that extent of our imagination come into fruition through games and videos we can play and view online. Anyways, this is my Pandorica now. Wake me from this forlorn space in 2,000 years.